Hi, next feature we are going to discuss in Core Java 8 is lambda expressions. So lambda expression is a representation of anonymous functions, and this can be implemented by using functional interfaces. So lambda expressions basically simplifies the function definitions, and there are predefined lambda expressions. We will be discussing with predefined available lambda expressions, and as well as how do we create a custom lambda expression. So to create with a lambda expression, we need to implement with a functional interface. So what exactly is a functional interface and how do we implement it into our example, we will look into. So the predefined example for a functional interface in Java API is a runnable interface, which has a single method. So every functional interface should have only one abstract method. That is a condition for a functional interface. And the functional interface should be annotated with @functional interface. So let us look into one implementation of a functional interface. So let's say we write an interface called any math operation. So I am making the interface name as a math operation, and in which I am going to make a method called return type is integer, and the type of operation we are going to perform with is an operation, and I am going to pass two integer arguments, and it may perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or squares of the sum of the two numbers, or any operation we can do with. That is, I wanted to make it as a functional interface. So I am going to declare it as a functional interface. It has to be annotated with @functional interface. Then only it will be treated as a functional interface. And what exactly the functional interface implementation into Java is, every functional interface should have a single method. Now, if at all, if we have an interface, if we wanted to override that method, earlier we used to implement with a concept called as anonymous inner class. So here I would like to explain about the anonymous inner class. How do we use that anonymous inner class? So when we wanted to make use of this interface to override that method, instead of taking another class and override it, as part of our same class, we are going to override this method called operation. How do we override that? By using anonymous inner class. So I'm going to create with a reference of a math operation, and I'll create an anonymous inner class. This is what is a part of our anonymous inner class. So in anonymous inner class, the thing is we will not give the name for a class. Right? So in this we are going to override our method called operation. So how do I override? So I'll just write the method, and then I may do a plus b, a minus b, any logic I can do with, and always we are overriding this method, right? So this is needs to be overridden, and always it should be public as we are overriding the method of an interface. So this is the number of steps you need to write whenever you want to override it. And how do you call it? You will call it by using m.operation, and you will pass a number and you are going to get the result. And to print the result, we are going to invoke that method as part of our sys.out.println, and just we will be checking the result. Okay, so let me take the different name for this and then run it. Now we are able to override that method and we are able to get the answer. But in Java 8 we have got a concept called as lambda expression, which will simplify your method overriding process, and we don't need to go with an anonymous inner class. How do we simplify that? We are going to discuss now. Now the thing is, we will declare math operation 1 m1 equal to, now you are going to write the same expression by using anonymous inner class. So you are going to say x comma y, and you may perform with addition, subtraction, it can be any operation, right? So here you can say the operation is madd operation. Okay, so here you are going to say that x plus y. So now when you wanted to access this, simply you will take the reference of madd and then call the function of your functional interface and pass the inputs. So whatever the values you wanted to pass, okay, inputs, you just pass it over here and you can get the result. So here I am going to pass the inputs called 9, 8. Any input you can give with. Earlier we are writing these many steps by using anonymous inner class to get the functionality of your interface. Now we are able to override with a simple lambda expression. What exactly this lambda expression, how do we write, and what all the possible operations are possible, we will see now. The lambda expression, the main syntax is arrow, right? So here we are able to get our sum of two numbers. Similarly, I wanted to override the same method for different logic. So now how simply we can perform with the overriding, you can see now. Now I wanted to override the same method for subtraction. So simply I can change my logic over here in my lambda expression and I am able to get the result for subtraction as well. Okay, so here we are going to perform with m sub is my reference. So this is my reference and I am going to process with difference of two numbers. So I am overriding that method and then here the reference is m sub and I am able to perform with 9 minus 8. This is how we can override our functional interfaces to avoid our anonymous inner class and simplify overriding process by simplified lambda expressions. This is how we can make use of our lambda expressions. So what exactly the lambda expression and how do we implement by using functional interface, we have seen with an example. Always we need to implement with the functional interface. Functional interface is an interface with a single method, one single abstract method, and that can be annotated with at functional interface. Then it can be implemented with the lambda expression. So the best example for predefined functional interface is runnable interface. We will be discussing into multi-threading concept. So here we can declare an interface with a at functional interface and we can override the method and we can make use of it. But overriding needs another class and lots many steps are involved. Instead of that, we can simplify with lambda expression. So lambda expression is nothing but a simplified version of your methods, declarations and implementations. So lambda expression main syntax is hyphen arrow, in which we can have multiple types of implementations. It just represents the instance of your functional interface, and this is an anonymous block where you can encapsulate the total logic of your function, and function can have return types, function can have arguments list, function can have any number of statements in that. Then we can make a block of statements. All the possible operations of functions can be done with the lambda expression. So how many ways we can create a lambda expression, we can see. A function with argument with return type. So we are taking an input as an argument and we are going to pass a number and then we are adding it and we are going to get the result. Similarly, we are passing the inputs and we may also return the value. And similarly, we can perform some logic where we can have multiple statements in our lambda expression, then we can enclose in a block. It need not be always a single line. A function may not have the arguments, we are not passing any input, but it can have a return type. A function can have without passing an arguments and without having a return type. When there is no return, you can put it as an empty curly brace. And similarly, you can have one simple string argument as an input and you can have a return type as an integer. So all possible methods, whatever we implement into Java, can be implemented with lambda expressions. We have an example demo in a demo folder. You can go through that. And what all the predefined functional interfaces are available, we will see. while we are implementing the custom lambda expression, right? However, we need the function, we need to define in a functional interface, and we will override in this fashion. The implementation can be anything. But how are we going to make use of predefined lambda expressions? So as we are discussing here, there are set of predefined lambda expressions. So totally we have 43 functional interfaces, but out of which the basic categorization for all that functional interfaces are the 4 types: supplier, consumer, predicate, and function. What exactly is a supplier? Supplier is that particular function, okay, is going to return a value, but it is not going to take any value. That is called as a supplier. And supplier always is provided with a get function. And next is a consumer. Consumer is, it is going to take an argument, but it will never have a return type. This is called as a consumer. So in the consumer, we have the types called int consumer, long consumer, object int consumer, object long consumer, right? So this is the basic types of predefined lambda expressions. Let us practice with this consumer and supplier. So first I am going to take an example for consumer of type. Let me take a string type which is going to consume a string, and I am making the object name as consumer, object name as A, and here my logic is going to be simply, I just wanted to display that string whatever I pass it. So now where do I pass my string? So here is consumer, you can import, and then how do we pass it? We take a consumer object dot accept is a predefined method, and it will accept based on the data type you are passing it. Let us say I just wanted to pass an expression, a simple, okay, a message, so that I can do with the consumer. It's a predefined thing. So it's a predefined lambda expression which can display with the, okay. So it is just taking and just displaying the value. It doesn't have any kind of a return type. That is called as a consumer lambda expression. Let us say supplier lambda expression. Supplier is always is going to return a value. So in a supplier function B, we are going to have an implementation without any argument we are passing, because supplier will not take anything, but it is going to return, right? So what it is going to return is welcome to predefined lambda. So that is supplier lambda. Just it is going to return it, and then you can import supplier. Now how do we get, okay, data from our supplier? So here simply you can say that system.out.println of b.get. Either you can use this way, or also using consumer also you can get it. So a.accept of b.get. This is also possible. So this is how you can make use of, okay, the predefined lambda, that is consumer and supplier, for which you don't need to write any functional interface because they are built in. When we write our own custom lambda expression, for which we need to write a functional interface. Functional interface is an interface which have a single abstract method. So that is about predefined lambda expressions. Next is called predicate. Predicate is whenever we wanted to add a condition for our application, just we can add with a functional interface. Predefined functional interface is called predicate interface. So how do we make use of this predicate? So let us create with a predicate of passing an integer type where we wanted to give some input and pass some condition. So predicate p equal to, just my condition is like I wanted to check whether the number is divisible by 5 or not. If it is divisible, then it will say true, otherwise that predicate get return false. So always this utility, these are all are coming from util package with a function. Okay, so predicate, supplier, consumer, these are all predefined functional interfaces. So here we wanted to test whether the predicate is getting passed or not. You can see here, how do we pass it? We need to pass with a test function. Test of give a number. Let us say I am passing number as an input to test that condition. So if it is passing, so if 40 is divisible by 5, it says true, otherwise no. Suppose I change the number and I'll just once again check with the predicate. So this is how you can construct the predicates. And in a similarly, we have a function which can be used with a functionality, checking with any logic you can apply with. And what are the predefined functional interfaces or the lambda expressions available with? So always you can see supplier is always takes an input and it is going to return a value. So it takes your get method, the method of your supplier is get, always it will return a value, that is called as a supplier. Coming to Boolean supplier, it always returns a Boolean type. Coming to consumer type, it always takes an input using accept method. So we pass an input that it is going to be consumed by your function. Int consumer, it will consume only integer. Predicate, we can add certain conditions. Condition can be number greater than 0, less than 0, addition, any kind of logics you can write with. Functions, you can check with a unary operator, you can check with the by functions where you can apply some function and you can get the result into the third parameter. That is how you can make use of functional interfaces into Java applications. So there are some examples are given. You can just look into consumer, supplier, predicate and by function. That's all about functional interfaces. At the end we have got a method reference operator. So usually instead of writing a big like lambda expression to consume the values, simply you can say that system.out.println. So where already we have practiced with in a previous example in the streaming API. Let's say when you have right stream of integer, when you have stream equal to stream.off, if you have some numbers, if you wanted to make use of that iterating those numbers, simply you can say that s dot for each of, okay, you can make use of system.out double colon. This itself is called as a method reference operator, so that you don't need to construct a logic. If you are not using this method reference operator, you have to say that for each of, okay, you need to construct a lambda expression. So n lambda, then you need to say system.out.println of n. So instead of writing this lambda, you can make use of this method reference operator. So let's say on the top somewhere we are using the name, okay, just we will comment this and then we'll run it. Okay, it is going to display the values. So that is how you can practice with lambda expressions and functional interfaces to write a custom lambda expressions with a functional interface, and also test with the built-in functional interfaces called consumer, predicate, suppliers. And you can also find with the lambda expression related, functional interfaces related lab exercises which are available into demo folder. That's all about functional interfaces and lambda expressions.